So this is probably the most honest reason I started posting videos online. It wasn't because I want to be seen or heard or build anything big. It was way simpler than that. Every time I thought talking to camera, my heart would start rising. Like probably when holding my phone and recording a voice note felt uncomfortable. I recorded a lesson, delete it later, and record again, and then still not send it. My brain would jump straight to things like, what if my sound's weird? What if it's not deep enough? What if I sound awkward? What if people judge me for the way I speak? So none of this was dramatic. It was just constant and exhausting. I noticed something too. Waiting didn't help me. The fear didn't slowly disappear the way people say it does. So it stayed exactly the same. If anything, it got louder than more I avoided it. So at some point, I realized that if I don't do this now, it's not like I'll magically be more confident later. It'll just be older with the same fear and more regret. And that's honestly why I started posting. Not to prove anything, just to stop my own mind from controlling me. So because avoiding fear doesn't make it go away. It just make it follow you around. You think you escaped it, but it shows up later when you are alone, uh, replaying moments when you didn't act. Your brain is very good at reminding you of what you avoided. So I have seen this pattern everywhere, not just with camera. I mean, there were things I used to dodge on purpose because I didn't want to feel stupid or embarrassed. Like uh, when I one day could go parallel park and I could task and I do literally drive extra just to avoid it. Not because I couldn't learn it, but because I didn't want to mess up in front of people. Looking back, that's kind of ridiculous, but at the time it felt very real. So what changed wasn't confidence. I didn't suddenly feel fearless. I just got tired of letting small fears decide how I move. So now if there is a choice, I usually pick the uncomfortable option. Not because it's inspiring, just because I know what happens if I don't. The fear doesn't disappear, it just waits. Same with recording videos. I don't feel calm before hitting record. I still notice my heartbeat. I still feel that moment of hesitation, but I press record anyway because I already know the alternative. So the alternative is doing nothing and letting my mind replay it later. So I'm not trying to hack my brain in some clever way. I'm just refusing to negotiate with the fear every time it shows up. So if I start asking myself, should I or shouldn't, I already know how that conversation ends. So I remove the debate. If something scares me and it's not dangerous, I treat it like a signal instead of one. Not a sign to stop, just a sign that this is probably the thing I have been avoiding for a reason. And that's also why I started challenging myself with consistency. Not because consistency is some magic rule, but because repetition removes drama. When you do something every day, it stops feeling like a big moment and starts feeling normal. Recording stops being a performance, it becomes a task. And honestly, that's all I want. Less emotion around things, less overthinking, just showing up, doing the things, and moving on. And I'm not saying fear disappears, it doesn't. I just don't let it decide for me anymore. And yeah, that's it. Nothing profound, just something I noticed about myself.